Hello, and welcome to Trenderman's Literature Review. Today, in our first segment, we will be reviewing Final Dreams of a Filly. Now, I must give a spoiler warning, and I will try and remember to give this spoiler warning at the start of all my segments. For those of you who have not read Dreams of a Filly, pause the video now, follow the link and read the chapters first. I hope you have read the chapters. Hope you paused the video. So I shall begin my review. Dreams of a Filly, as I'm sure you are aware, is about Scootaloo and how she deals with her own death. How she deals with consequences, how she sees her friends' reactions, and how she chooses to live out her own life. In reference to the vision of this piece, I would feel that overall this piece is a very clear vision and goal, in that it is a sad yet thought-provoking piece. The twist at the end is certainly enough to make you think. I would say that the start and end sections of this piece are very clear. They're very clear in their goals, they're very clear in their writing, but the middle sections are a little bit foggy as to what their purpose actually serves to be. In all, I feel it would be better to be written all in one, although I can understand the reason why not, as some people are put off by large blocks of text. This piece is fairly original, although it does draw from popular ideas in the fandom, such as Scootaloo being an orphan, her parents being unknown, and at Rainbow Dash caring for her like a mother might, but being unable to express this to her personally. Its true originality arises, however, from the twist at the end that I mentioned before. The choice of what Scootaloo should do with her own life, and the choice that she ultimately makes, leaving you with the question of, is ignorance bliss? Overall, I find the piece well written. It has interesting and varied language use. However, I feel that the start of this piece could be a little bit longer, so that at the end when Scootaloo does die, and although the purpose of this piece is that Scootaloo dies, this death could have a greater impact for the reader. However, in contrary to that point, the middle sections and longer segments of text, to me, dragged on a little bit too long, and perhaps the whole piece could have been written in 3 chapters as opposed to 4. It is sometimes hard to tell which characters are speaking in any given situation. I was sometimes confused as to whether it was Scootaloo or the grey mare who was speaking. However, again, in contrary, in some sections where there were 2 characters introduced simultaneously, the use of language made it easy to understand which character was speaking. More focus, I feel, should have been given to the effects of this situation on Sweetie Belle and Apple Blue, as opposed to just giving a small section of text, a little bit of dialogue, a little bit of reaction time. I feel that the middle sections with Scootaloo's funeral should have been given more precedence to her friends, like the second chapter does, when her friend discovers Scootaloo's dead form. The part where Apple Bloom discovers Scootaloo in the clubhouse is particularly heart-wrenching to read, but I feel that later on some parts like that should be longer. Descriptions of the characters' feelings when not in dialogue, however, for the most part, are a wonderful part to read. They are very well written, and I find them appropriately upsetting. Now finally, for a sad piece, the impact throughout this is disheartening. However, I find it doesn't dwell enough in some areas, and tries too hard in others. In some scenes, having all the characters cry, or all the characters who appear cry, while certainly sad. In fact, having anyone cry can be a sad experience. Having all of them cry, I feel, is too overpowering for the scene, and perhaps to conflicts with certain characters' motivations, certain characters' inner feelings. Having Rainbow Dash cry is perhaps upsetting because it is in conflict with her nature. However, I feel that having her repress the need to cry, or having her emote in other ways, is perhaps better. And the author does this to a degree. Credit where credit is due. However, regardless of that, the ending piece is certainly hard-hitting, and it's certainly thought-provoking. It leaves you with, yes, a feeling of happiness that Scootley will experience what she wanted to experience all along, life with Rainbow Dash. However, it also leaves you deeply saddened that she is actually dead. In the real life of the world, she is gone. Her friends, people who knew her, will have to deal with that. And this world that she's living in is not actually real. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. But is it? Is a question that is raised. So overall, I think this piece does what it sets out to do. There's some areas that perhaps need improvement. But overall, I enjoyed it, and I would recommend this piece as a short story for anyone to read. This has been Trenderman. Happy reading.